Yeah, I know. I know people are going to give me a hard time for what I'm about to talk about, but I don't care. Yes, I know. Some of you guys are going to give me a hard time for what I'm going to tell you what happened today. That's okay. When I woke up this morning, I checking the weather because I had seen the forecast for Billings in Oklahoma City and northern Oklahoma, and it was a chance of snow today. So when I got on my weather thing and looked at the radar for what was going to happen in the afternoon, this is what I saw, and that's all snow. So, like I've alluded to before, my super trucking days are over, and I called him and said, I'm not going up there. It's like that. It's not worth it to me. I can miss a day if I need to. And he said, well, you don't have to miss. We got plenty of other stuff to do. So he sent somebody else up there, and from what I understand, he liked it, but I'm not taking that chance. It's, now I understand over the road, when I was over the road, if I picked up a load in Dallas, going to Des Moines, straight up 35, you take it, you go as far as you can. It gets bad enough, you shut down and wait. But in this LTL, where can be home every day, the freight doesn't have to go today. It could go the next day, or, you know, it's a different situation. So, you know, it happens a couple times a year. I can miss a day of work. I'm not gonna go bankrupt over missing 2 or 3 days a year of my pay. But today I didn't have to. He sent me down to Houston. Went down there with a couple of Jacksonville, Florida trailers, dropped them off in the yard, and I'll show you a little bit of Houston yard here in a minute. But yeah, that's what I did today. I chickened out, if that's what you want to say. I don't care. I'm not a super trucker anymore. At this point in my career, I'll miss a day. I'm not going to push it. I don't feel comfortable going up there and getting in it. I'm not going to do it. So, tell me what you think. Will you get up there and get in it? I know a lot of you guys will. Even you older guys, you're used to it. Now, side guys up there, if you're watching this up there in Utah or Washington State or Oregon or whatever, you guys got to run in it all the time. And you got the experience. You've got recent experience and a lot of it. And I don't have any more of that anymore. And the guys down here don't. So it makes more sense to me for us guys down here for when it's like this a couple times a year. Just not run it. Don't risk the equipment. Don't risk yours or other people on the road's lives. Other people that shouldn't be out there either. Or, you know, and then there's freight. You got customers to think of too. I saw it today. Better a scattered freight, better no freight than scattered freight. So you don't want to put that stuff all over the road in the ditch somewhere. So anyway, let's take a look at what it looked like going into Houston and getting hooked up and getting out of there. Let's go look at that. Okay, coming into the Houston terminal, Railwood Drive, the Railwood Industrial section here. This Railwood Drive that goes back to the terminal. There's other terminals on this road too, like Estes and I don't know who else. But this road is really rough. They need to fix it. It's always been this way since they've been in this new building here. Well, I say new. It's probably been 7 or 8 years ago since they built this new one. But this road is so rough, it will set your camera off in your truck if you've got a drive cam. But pulling in here to the terminal, you can see that big hill over there. That's a landfill. Keeps getting bigger. If the wind is right, temperature is right, you can tell it's there. Anyway, this is the second terminal I think Houston's ever had. The first one was old, really old. When I first started, that's where we'd go. And they had a bunkhouse there, and it was rough. But this new one has a bunkhouse too. It's on the second floor of that building right there ahead of us. So we get here to Houston, check in at the guard gate. They tell us to put them on the yard. So we're going to break these two Jacksonville, Florida pups down. Now, if you'll notice left here where all those trailers are at the dock,
about the last half of this dock all the way down here is fairly new, the last few years. They extended this dock because they needed the room. They needed the space. So we'll pull up here, jump out, put our paperwork on the trailers where they go, drop the set, then we drop our dolly right here. Then we're going to go around here and drop the lead trailer on the line where the loaded trailers go. And as we go around this corner here, you'll see the shop. Pretty nice shop. They keep it pretty nice. Got the doors all closed because it's cold and rainy down here now. But anyway, going along this row here on the right, you see all these pups here. These will all be loaded pups that are coming in that people will drop, that are either LTR, which is loaded to ride on to another terminal, or even going here to Houston. So found me a spot, pull around here and back that puppy in. Somebody asked me where the original term pups came from. I'll tell you. Anyway, we get this lead trailer backed in here and dropped. Then we'll go look for an empty set if there is one. Sometimes down here in Houston, they'll bring an empty set, someone will, and come in and leave it. But today, no empty pups. I'll speed it up a little bit here as we go around, and we got to go back over here to get our dolly that we're going to use. We'll just use the same one because it ran good coming down. No problems, no issues. We'll get hooked up to it and then go back over to the empty line and find two decent empty pups that we can take, and we'll check out on our phone. We can check out to see if they're in service or not by doing the pre-trip on our phone actually. So we got all hooked up to two empties. They're looking good. All that time that we did all this, we did on duty, not driving on the yard, which now counts towards your 30-minute break. So my 30-minute break is over. Pulling around here, and we will check out at the guard gate and get headed back to Dallas. We'll talk at you a little bit later.
Okay, so that was Houston today. Getting hooked in there. I got empties coming out, and it's rainy and nasty, so trying to take a little easy on these empty trailers on this wet road. I'm about back to Corsicana on I-45. It'll be about the same hours of the day that I usually have. We're gonna get back. Everything looks good weather-wise for the next couple weeks, at least through Christmas. So, and I know you're gonna see this after Christmas. So I hope you had a good Christmas. Hope everything went well for you. Now, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, let everybody know what we're doing here. Let me know what you'd like to see. I do mostly LTL, but if I see something else of interest, I will talk about it. Let me know. Till next time, we'll see you.